revisit the holes, if you will, or maybe you disagree that there aren't any in this current Denver Broncos roster. After free agency, after the draft, they do have about $13 million to spend, and maybe they do it. Maybe they use some of that for contract extensions. We'll see what they do over the course of the next 10, 14 days or so. But Cecil, if I were to ask you, and I really want to highlight tight end and running back.
Okay.
Are they good enough? Still a glaring hole? TBD? Where do you feel about both of those rooms taking a step forward? And pretty easy to take a step forward. It's how bad they were a year ago. But of the two groups, is there a hole in either? One of? Where are you looking?
Yeah, why did you wait until round 7 to take a tight end, and why was it Caleb Lohner? Again,
it's a great question.
Maybe he's the greatest tight end, and he turns into the new Mo Alley Cox. Maybe he's the next Wesley Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's the next Eric Swoop. I'm naming basketball guys that played football with varying degrees of success. He's not Julius Thomas. Stop. Ridiculousness. I've seen it. I seen it on YouTube. Like, the Broncos get the new Julius Thomas. No, they don't. They get a guy that in 3 years maybe is something, but right now you're basically relying on Lucas Kroll. And as the guy who asked Sean Payton, hey, is he the best player at minicamp? And he's like, tight end or player? And I wanted to see Sean react, and so I said player. And he took great offense to that suggestion. But, yeah, you're going to have to rely on that guy. And it's something where I wanted to see competition. I like Lucas Kroll. I think Lucas Kroll can play and make plays as a receiver if he knows what he's doing. But too often you'll see him lining up and asking questions. That's what I would do. And the bad thing for me was, 1, I was in high school. 2, we had plays called pop, pass out. And number 3, I was the quarterback. The guy who's calling the play.
You're going to need to know what's going on here.
Pop, pass out on 3. Ready? Break. Go to the line. What did I call? That's literally what I would do. So, again, I'm a moron. I'm not Lucas Kroll. Lucas Kroll is a guy that can make some plays, but damn it, I wanted to see competition. Why not Luke Lachey in the 7th round? Iowa tight end has some TJ Hawkinson to his game. He's right there. Evan Ingram's going to be Evan Engram for a couple of years. And then after that, you have to wonder, what is Evan Engram? I don't know. I can't answer that question, and I just wish the Broncos had gotten more competition. God bless Caleb Lohner. He's the greatest player ever, or whatever I have to say that I don't offend, but get as offended as you like, because I think you took a chance on the wrong guy when a Luke Lachey, and there were others, Fairweather, the Auburn kid, I don't think was drafted. I saw him at the Shrine Bowl. You had other options that you had some interest in. You talked to Lachey and Fairweather at the Shrine Bowl. Why didn't you pull the trigger on those guys? Why would you go out of your way to get a guy that had 4 catches, all touchdowns, but a guy that barely played college football and is known mostly as a college basketball player? Maybe he develops into something and I have egg on my face and he's a Pro Bowler and it's the greatest thing ever. Or maybe I'm right and he barely plays any football for the Broncos before he's cut and selling insurance.
Right, doesn't even make the roster in 2025.
Well, I don't think he will. I think he's a practice squad guy and a developmental guy. But again, man.
I mean, how many damn tight ends can they keep on the roster?
Well, I don't know. What is Nate Adkins, right? Is he tight end? Is he a fullback? Adam Troutman's there as your tight. Can he just be a coach? Adam Troutman, you are going to have a job with Sean Payton. He's going to be on the coaching staff. You know he is because Sean loves him, and that's great. But Adam Troutman, man, what's left there? How does he fit with Engram? Engram is the guy to focus on, but I wanted some better competition behind Evan Engram and someone that could be that pass-catching weapon that could really push Lucas Kroll for that spot, because Adkins doesn't push Kroll and Troutman doesn't push Kroll.
No. Well, that's where I was at. After they signed Evan Engram, I go, all right, the Harold Fannins, the guys that I looked at as like, you can go get that guy and he could be a day one starter. Obviously, Colston Loveland and the NFL world looked at him as such as well. I wasn't looking like that after they signed Evan Engram. I'm with you. A 7th round tight end, that's a flyer. That's a low risk, very low reward.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't think Lohner's going to turn into anything. Maybe Sean doesn't. He gets to dunk on all of us like he likes to dunk on all of us and tell us how right he was. I don't think that's going to happen. And again, you had a few 6th-round picks. Take a flyer there. I know they made some trades. Maybe you did like a tight end and you used a couple 6 to get into the 5th and grab that tight end. I would have just liked it to see a little bit earlier where it's not just this literal experiment with a basketball player, a dude that knows the position, plays the position, maybe needs some fine-tuning, maybe is a little raw even. And you go, yeah there's a 2-year development plan here with this guy because he's a 5th-round freaking player. And if it doesn't pan out, who the hell cares? He's a 5th-rounder. If it does, we've just found a diamond in the rough.
Yeah, well, if you ask people about Audric Estime, boy, that's a diamond in the rough that you got to get another opportunity for. And apparently the team is going to give him that opportunity. So it's weird that people hung up that way. But at tight end, I don't know where the hang-up is because Evan Ingram's going to be really good for 2 years. Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, you've got to – and the thing about this is you need an on-ramp. It's not don't be that guy Wednesday, but don't be that guy that gets on the on-ramp and then doesn't go.
Oh, God.
I experience that every day coming down I-25 at Arapahoe. There's another lane that comes in before you have to get off at Quebec. And in that lane – like, I give you room to, hey, get going. You're getting on interstate. Get going. Get up to speed. I'm going the speed limit. Of course I'm going the speed limit. But, like, get up to speed. With tight end, you need a 2-year ramp-up time. Maybe even 3 years. At that position specifically, running back, you better show it day one. Why am I so curious and questioning the upside of Audric Estime? Is because he didn't show it day one. And at that position, you don't show it day one, you can't play.
Yeah.
We'll see. Put a pin in it. They love Estime, Thunder Lightning, yay. But at tight end, if you had that developmental guy, Fannin, Lachey, whoever, give me a name, and then you could say in 3 years this guy will be ready, and that's not loaner. That's not loaner. Sorry. That's too big of a project. You get a guy with skins on the wall, like a Fannin, like a Lachey, and then you ramp him up and went, oh, Evan Engram, he's kind of not the same, and then boom, the kid's ready.
Yep.
I'm ready. That would happen if you had properly selected one in this draft, and instead you're taking punters.
Our buddy 289er says that. They got a punter. Cool. We're with you. We are with you. Yeah, disappointed with the tight end. I would have loved to see a second running back. And like I said, they do have the $13 million. Let's see what they do with that. Even if they don't spend it and they think there's a chance for Estime, I'm intrigued by Blake Watson too. I like that you have an idea of what he can be, and I'm going to roll with you on that. So I'm not as down on not selecting that second running back because there's still a couple players there that might have some life, but I know there is no player there in that tight end room that can help Bo Nix not name Evan Engram. And I would have loved to just see another plan in place there, but they think they're okay. We'll see what